Genesis 1:26, and God said, "Let us make man in our own image, according to our likeness."
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got the beautiful Lindy.
Didn't take very long after meeting you for me to make a move.
And today's topic is gonna be about body positivity. I'm sure you guys have seen her channel. Her channel is
Touch My Yoni.
and La Moteba Mos Ojwang. Like, you guys know how positive she is, how she just embraces everything about herself. That's why we have her on my channel today.
They always do this to me.
So I'm gonna be asking her a few questions. Are you guys ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm so ready. I've been ready for you, girl.
Alright, I'm gonna go straight into it without
Okay.
wasting the viewers' time. And yeah, gonna tell me a little bit about your perspective, because I mean that's why we have you on the channel.
Okay.
And yeah, so the first question, guys, is can you describe a time you have felt self-conscious due to portrayals of body image in the media?
Wow. That is all the time.
Is
All the
it?
time, even now. Like, everyone thinks that I'm so super body positive, but I'm human, you know?
Yeah.
I go through moments where I hate my body, where I feel like I'm too skinny, where I feel like I look a bit short in my images, but I feel that obviously it has a lot to do with what we're seeing in the media. People have such beautiful body shapes and they're putting it out there, but there's also a lot of Photoshop, there's also a lot of fake, you know, like people removing their ribs so that their waists
Talking
are
about
smaller.
Photoshop, have you done any Photoshop on any of your pictures before?
I don't do that, and I think that's also partly why I don't post so much on my Instagram feed, because everyone else just looks so flawless, and I'm just like, oh no, I can see that makeup line, I
Yeah.
can see that pimple, and I don't know how to edit that out. So majority of it is unedited. But I think that also makes me see myself for who I really am.
You know, I've obviously looked at your feed, and you're one person that I feel like will just, whatever you feel like posting, you will post regardless of what people will say. And I think a lot of people don't have that much confidence in themselves.
It's in waves, it comes in waves. Like, and obviously you put out there what you want people to see.
True.
So I'm never gonna put the ugly pictures that I don't feel good about. You know, there are plenty. You should see my camera roll. But there's so many that I don't put out there because you want to put the best of the best, or what you think is the best. So it's about putting everything out there. Yeah.
I like it.
I have a
But-
question. Would you ever post a nude on social media?
I was looking in your eyes.
Mainly because of what we've discussed with confidence, which is why when I started I say she's very confident, because I've seen pictures.
I'm gonna challenge you. Take a nude every week until the end of December and put them all together in a collage so you can see the difference in how your body shape changes. Use that as your motivation to better yourself.
Oh, wow.
That's my challenge to you.
Have you done that?
That's how my nude started. So I went through a breakup.
It's always a man! Lorenzo, why is it always a man?
And I went through a breakup, and then I was like, what do I do to distract myself from this heartbreak?
Yeah.
So I started exercising. I went to a boot camp, it was free, and I was disciplined. And then I was like, oh, I want to see, you know, if there's any real changes. Because I don't put on weight, but I do put on a lot of muscle quite easily. So I was like, let's see. And I was taking a nude every single day. And I started off with progress nudes, that's what I call them. And I've also I told my mom to also do the same. She's done it a few times just to see the difference in how her body is changing. And it started off as progress nudes. I took a little bit of a risk and posted it on Twitter one time.
Twitter, yeah.
And then everyone was like, this is so beautiful, who's the artist? And I was like,
I'm the artist, honey.
so the more they enjoyed it, the more I put out there.
And do you think that has helped you with how you interact with people, with yourself?
100%. I think confident I am behind closed doors naked, the more I can speak to people. You know how people say, oh, just imagine the crowd naked when you're doing a speech or presentation to, you know, calm your nerves.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that, but I started off doing that. Like now I'm just chatting and I'm like, I wonder what you look like naked.
Guys, she's wondering. So when you meet her, she will be wondering how you look like naked. Like, I hope you're not wondering how I look like naked.
I already thought about it, baby.
Hi, yeah, this girl. All right, next question. Have you ever felt like you wanted to change certain things? I mean, earlier you just mentioned that people are removing fat, they're doing all sorts of surgeries. Have you ever wanted to do any surgery on your body?
Twice. So, the one time I really wanted bigger boobs. So I was doing promotions. I like did all my research, 4 Ways Life. I knew how much it was going to cost. Like that was my goal. I was literally going to get
like you had this covered.
Yeah, no, I really did. And that was all I was saving up for. And then I don't know what actually changed. I think I didn't have the money anymore and I got discouraged and I was just like, you know.
Guys, I literally want to reduce my boobs. This girl wants to increase her boobs like what?
Literally. And then I just got over it. And I was just like, you know, itty bitty titty committee, let's go with it. And then the second time was my stretch marks. I couldn't for the life of me stand it. My mom would call me tiger ass. My sister calls me zebra crossing.
No.
Like, I was just like, and obviously it started in primary school because my body would fluctuate. But my stretch marks came quite early and I could see the girls around me and we would do diving, I did swimming as well. And I'm just like, why do I have this? I've got this, you know, just marks and stripes on my body and I hated them. And it even got to the point where my sister went and got me this like little package where it helps you reduce your stretch marks. And I think that was like 2014. And it was just after I posted my first nude and people started loving it. And I was like, actually, people are enjoying this. It's sad that it took other people to love it before I started to embrace it, but it is what it is. And now we're here.
Now we're here and she's embracing her stretch marks. Guys, I love my stretch marks. Like, I think that's just one thing I'm like over because I've come to understand that everybody, even men have stretch marks, you know, so it's something we should definitely not be ashamed of having. If you have stretch marks, honey, embrace it. And I'm gonna show you guys a picture of Lindy's stretch mark picture. It's bomb. Like right over here, right here. Okay, and then the question is, do you think that men are also objectified in the same way that we are objectified in the media?
Definitely not.
Why is that? Why do you think that is?
I don't know why, but for centuries and centuries, women's body parts have been sexualized. And there was an experiment that was done on Instagram where just the nipple area was shown of various pictures, and like a few weeks later they revealed the rest of the body. And all the men's pictures stayed, like Instagram didn't remove it, and then all the women's ones were removed. Why is it that women's body parts are sexualized more than men? And unfortunately, it's just the way that society has kind of molded women to keep us in a box. I feel like, you know, the more you add a stigma or a sexual taboo to something, you have more control or more power over the object. So unfortunately, for centuries, women have just been objectified and sexualized and taken control of by men. And I say men because, let's be honest, men are the ones who dictate. Yeah, they dictate a lot
like,
of
Lindy, you can't wear this shirt, it's showing too much of your cleavage. You can't wear this, you can't do that. Don't put on too much makeup. Like,
I don't like women. I don't like women with weaves.
You know, it's always about the men. No, it's not about the men. It's about you. It's about you.
100%.
Okay. Love it. And then the last question is, do you think because of the media there is a specific definition of perfection that most people want to achieve?
Well, I think everything's relative. So what I consider as perfect, you might not consider it as perfect. You know, we all have different body goals, but again, no one is ever using their own body as body goals. As human beings, you go through different motions.
Stages of your life.
I don't think that there's a specific ideal perfect body type or, you know, where you should portray yourself or be. I just think that unfortunately we are measuring ourselves against others. and they'll never ever be anyone else. Like you can mold your body, you can get the plastic surgery, you can do your Kim Kardashian, but you'll never be Kim Kardashian. And if she decides to change her like body shape tomorrow,
so what are you gonna do? Yeah.
All
right, guys, I think we've had a really, really cool conversation. We've learned so much from Lindy, and go follow her on her new Instagram. You don't want to know what happened to the old one. It's gonna be a fun one. Thank you so much for coming on my channel.
Thank you for inviting me. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below what you would like to hear on this beautiful lady's channel.
Bye.